What's up, Halloweenies? Ooh. On this episode of the Cris David Show, we'll talk about the Cash Money No Limit Verzuz, Pickleball, Hurricane Melissa, Judge Faith and Kenny Lattimore suing the trolls, Michael Jordan and the gambling ball players, Pulpit Pimps, the R&B singer who just got arrested, Slick Rick's latest accomplishment, I'm dropping science, and more. We also have some helpful tips for anyone whose snap is getting cut off. The Cris David Show starts now. Welcome to the Cris David Show. I'm your host, Cris David. Happy Halloween. Do you dress up for Halloween? Are you taking the kids trick-or-treating? What about your grown ass? You going? You trick-or-treating? Who to trick and who to treat? So, funny story. This was supposed to be a Labubu costume, but I got Lafufu. It is what it is. Do you decorate at least? Well, if you do, be on the lookout for this lady.
We have an update on this woman. You may remember the story from last week. A Ring camera captured her knocking over Halloween decorations in the South Salinas neighborhood. Well, now police are saying that they have identified the woman. They were able to talk to her. The owner of the Halloween decorations, however, says that she doesn't want to press charges. However, the woman caught on tape vandalizing those Halloween decorations. She was issued an official warning by police.
That was from Action News 8 in Monterey, California. Look at this clown. Look at this nut. What is she, 12? Do you think he looks like Biggie?
Give him an extra scoop. You looking like... Give him an extra scoop.
He's over it. Look at him. I get where they were going with the Rap Pages cover, but every chubby, dark-skinned boy doesn't look like the Notorious B.I.G. Do you dress your pets up for Halloween? Look at this baby. That's not my son cat, by the way. He's not sitting through an install. The Cris David Show taking over for the 99 and the 2000. Did you watch the Cash Money No Limit Verzuz? So it went down Saturday out in Vegas during Complex-Con. All our faves were there, from Foos, Juvie, B.I.G, Masterpiece, Silk the Shocker. Snoop was there. Remember, he used to be on No Limit. The singer Monica, who used to deal with P's brother C Murder. Even Kelly Price was there to support her friend, Mia X. But Lil Wayne was noticeably MIA. People had a lot to say about Birdman calling out Turk.
I do something different in the game. I had started this shit young. I was a young man trying to get some money and not be in the streets. And I met B.G, I met Wayne, I met Juvie, I met Turk. Shout out to Turk, you little bitch. You ain't here, but fuck you. We gon' fuck with you when we won't fuck with you. You heard me? Don't go off script, nigga. Hey, we gon' fuck with that bitch when we won't fuck with her. But that's another movie. But
That's how New Orleans people talk. You little bitch. Turk was at a Verzuz party, watch party in Houston, and here's what he had to say.
I ain't gonna lie. I got to have people in my corner to say stop. And that's the difference from me and other niggas. I got people that not gonna say yeah every motherfucking time. You know what I'm saying? You need motherfucking known men and known women around you. You feel me? For real, man. But it's all good, man. I don't kiss no ass, bro. I wish them dudes well. But man, I wish myself more well, man. You know what I'm talking about?
On the No Limit side, Mercedes, doesn't it remind you of Mercedes is saying she didn't give them permission to perform her 1999 hit, I Can Tell, without her.
I am supposed to be here, just like everybody else. I don't know how the fuck somebody else got to sing my song, but not single one of theirs. This shit is fucked up and foul, but it's cool, because I promise I got something for everybody. I swear to God, I got something for everybody. It's so many people that ain't even so. Look how many people that's not No Limit, that's on this fucking stage. Do you see? I'm over here with Timberland. Why do they have me and Timberland on the side of the stage? Make me understand this. Do you see this? I got a whole fucking wristband, and these bitches didn't let me go on. Like, let me make it. How that sound? That sound deliberate, huh? Something just ain't right. It's cool though, because y'all can expect a lawsuit because I did not give permission for anybody else to perform my song. So it's gonna be a fucking problem. Believe it's up and it's fucking stuck. I'm not fucking playing. Bitch, bring them out. Cause I got them on deck. Ain't nobody scared of y'all. Come my way. I promise. It'll get totally fucked up. Coming. Oh my God. I'm so mad. Like, I'm over here trying to hold back tears and everything. My phone is ringing. Cause people don't understand. I can't make you understand. But please know, that nigga been bad business. He been janking promoters at No Limit. So fuck them. It's cool. You ain't got to worry about me no more. Not at all.
Mac, who was also featured on the record, said that Mercedes was not contracted by Verzuz to perform.
But I felt the need to address a very misleading narrative that's being pushed in regards to Mercedes and the song I Can Tell that I performed last night as part of the Verzuz battle. While Mercedes is someone that I've known for a very long time, and we have a mutual respect for each other, Mercedes was not contracted by Verzuz for the performance last night. And let me reiterate, Mercedes was not contracted last night to perform at the Verzuz battle. I was. Over the years, I've performed the song several times without Mercedes. Mercedes has performed the song several times without me, and it hasn't been an issue until now. In regards to the song I Can Tell, it was written by myself, Jabot, and Miss Peaches, who were all artists at No Limit at that time. It was recorded for Mercedes' Rear End album. Another false narrative that's being pushed is this idea that Mia X was put in place of Mercedes to sing her parts of the song. That is definitely not true. If y'all saw the performance, I always get the crowd to sing the parts of the song that I don't sing. I only perform the parts of the song that I wrote. I wrote the hook, I wrote the verse. I get the crowd to sing both Mercedes and Jabot's part, and it hasn't been an issue until now. While I understand Mercedes' frustration, should she have been a part of the performance, I think it would have been great to have her there, but she was not contracted for the performance. Let me state that again. She was not contracted for the performance. So this idea that another artist went perform her song, I think is very misleading because I wrote the song. You follow me? This is not a slight at Mercedes. This is just me addressing this and bringing clarity to this situation.
On Tuesday, Mercedes apologized for her behavior during Verzuz.
So, I got on here today to publicly apologize to B. I absolutely know it was not your fault. Unfortunately, I flashed out because I am human. It was a number of things that happened that day. It was really chaotic leading up to that point. Y'all really don't know. Y'all just saw me spaz out. But I was just simply stating that he doesn't own the song. It's my song. I don't know what y'all know about music, but do your research. I'm not about to do all that because that's really not what I'm here for. Like I said, I'm coming to give a public apology, number one, and assert myself because I've been around, like, since the beginning. Not like since they was in California, but when I got signed is when they were literally about to take off. I was there for the I'm About It soundtrack. I was there for TRU. I wasn't on it, but I was there. Like, I was literally at all of the big tours and stuff that they were doing. I was there. So, yes, I've been with them recently on the road and all of that. So, you know, I don't understand because I'm reading all the comments and I see, well, who is she? Or who she thinks she is? Like y'all haven't been listening to my music. Like, that's what's tea. This album came out in 1999, okay? I did this in 7 days, so yes, there was a collective effort all the way around the fucking board because I didn't even know I was about to go and record. That's another story. Top and bottom line is, I spent money to be here. I was not invited, but I'm everywhere. And tonight was historic. So whether I was going to actually get on the mic or not, I deserve to be up on that stage. I deserve for when he was doing that song to at least say, shout out to Mercedes, because if nobody else knew I was on the side of the stage, he did.
We'd be remiss if we didn't give it up for Mia X, who held it down for No Limit up there on that stage. Mia, if you didn't know, beat Cancer a little while back. Look at Mama Drama. She's one of the godmothers of hip-hop, in my opinion. Do you remember her from the Five Deadly Venom Sprite commercial with Eve and Roxanne Shante? She was the ladybug. Go back to the picture of Mia so we could talk about her shirt. Those are the rappers Big Ed the Assassin, Magic, and Soulja Slim. We lost Big Ed and Soulja Slim in the early 2000s and Magic back in 2013. That's her son Jack Joe in the photo with her. You all were saying he looks like Master P. Well, his father and P are cousins. This was the first time both Cash Money and No Limit shared a stage, despite both of them being from New Orleans. Fans complained about this on social media and asked why they didn't do the verses in New Orleans and said the audience seemed dry, like something was missing and so on. What, the water? Trigger warning. Skip ahead to the Judge Faith and Kenny Lattimore ripping fools new ones.
It wasn't just who they were, it was who they pretended to be.
Allegedly, Vegas was neutral turf.
One of the biggest misconceptions about
this is Birdman's brother, Terrance Gangsta Williams. This interview is from 2023, and it's from the YouTube channel A Humble Soul.
I confess to a lot of homicides, right? But they try to put random homicide. I didn't do that. When my daughter was born, the day my daughter was born is the day Randall was killed. So I'm in two-row hospital.
Is that what started the No Limit Cash Money stuff?
No, this is when they hit Mosquito. I was supposed to be in that body move, because me and Randall used to run together. Our clique and the Kelly used to run together. We used to click together. We used to trade beat, whereas we were so tight, whereas if I can't get to you and you be ducking up by them, I like, man, hit them for me. I got you. I'm going to do you a favor. Do that favor for me. We used to do all that. We was real tight. But when the cross came about, and they didn't come ask us, they didn't come talk, they just went on to crush Mosquito.
Gangsta was referencing the 1997 murder of Master P's cousin, Randall Calliope Slim Watts, a known enforcer whose namesake came from Third Ward projects where they grew up. Who knew All of this was going on inside of both of these camps. One thing we know for sure is both No Limit and Cash Money put New Orleans on the map as far as hip hop. Even Little Romeo said Lil Wayne is his favorite rapper. This was backstage after the show.
I was trying to go crazy. I wanted to
No,
call
the
him.
nigga, Tony, the nigga was the #1 trending topic. I tried to tell him, I show him. He don't know what that is. I'm like,
I don't know that.
bro, you the #1 trending topic in the world. Well, bitch, come on, Tony Braxton, bitch.
Look at her. She thinks she's
She
too
look
beautiful.
good,
Fan talk, TV, stop. Stop. Stop.
You got to.
Stop acting like you all that, baby. Because you
Don't
is
say
all
that because she is all
No,
that.
she is all
Look at
that.
that big old beautiful house you done bought my sister.
She all that. She all that. You all that.
Look at that rich background on the background.
Yeah, she like that.
Thank
Huh?
you.
You
Okay,
like that?
So
About
Swiss
that.
had, wait a minute, so Swiss had told him
Swiss
he
say-
was like he was like outside of the United States. He was
she
like
look
in the
good.
world. It was the biggest verses ever. I'm so happy for
Look
you,
at
brother.
her.
I
She's
love
so
you so
pretty.
much.
Look at this. Look at
That's
this.
your wife. Look at how
What?
No, the Lord love you a lot.
Y'all know. For to
Look,
give me that,
and then give you this.
you dig what
And
I'm
then
saying?
all that.
Hey,
Give me
TV.
some of that. Give me some of
Yeah,
that.
TV, stop playing. You look too good. You want to get somebody killed.
She at home. Bro, you gotta chill. She at home.
She at home. That's a fact.
That's
Look
that
how cute she
who's
look.
sitting at home looking like Toni Braxton?
Look
But
how
Toni
cute she
Braxton,
look.
like, yeah.
Lord.
Congratulations to Cash Money and No Limit. Who remembers this? This was back when comedians were funny, not doing all of that 6-7-ing unfunniness you all do now. New Edition is going on tour with Boyz II Men and Toni Braxton.
Now that's the New Edition way. What y'all think about our Las Vegas residency?
Encore Theater? Man, it was dope. But I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
I agree with you, Ron. What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What you got up your sleeve, Mace?
Let me see if this works.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man? I'm sitting here with the fellas.
What up, man? What's up?
Yo, what's up? Checking y'all's temperature for 26. We trying to go to the next level. What y'all got on y'all's calendar?
That's a good question.
Whatever it is, it's got to be something we've never done before.
New Edition and Boyz II Men, we've never, all these years, ever shared the stage together.
That's what I'm talking about, John. Saw what I was seeing, huh? Come on, give me some. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's next level for sure, baby boy.
Feel like we missing one thing. A little feminine energy.
I got a bona fide queen on speed dial.
JG, hey, darling.
So we came up with this idea.
Say less.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
It doesn't matter, I'm in.
We are missing one little key element, our queen.
Ah, so, who did you have in mind?
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Not taking turns. Actually performing together.
Fans all around us. Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
An original music experience.
With all this artistry, it feels like royalty.
This is too big for one city. Let's take this to the fans.
It'll be like
I would go just so I could see Bobby do that spin and 2-step during If It Isn't Love. Jokes aside, we have to support our veteran acts. Christopher Williams is one of my favorite singers. He sounds good, right? The youngins were asking if this was Matt Barnes. I cannot. But these acts are important because look at their impact. That record came out when their parents were their age. Social media was saying Toni is inappropriately sexy. Remember Aaliyah's I Miss You video? Everyone was sad, but Toni was fluttering. Toni's a Libra, so her lack of reading her room skills is unmatched. The tour kicks off January 28th in Oakland. And don't start with sound effects. Look at Keith.
Much is still work, and nothing wrong, baby. Much is still work. I'm telling you, lady, much is still work.
Philadelphians are mourning the death of Kada Scott, the 23-year-old woman who went missing earlier this month and was later found with a gunshot wound to the head in a shallow grave behind a middle school 2 weeks later. This video is from NBC 10 and 6 ABC.
While investigators have not yet revealed how she died, we are learning more about the conversations leading up to her death. It's been a long month for the Scott family. Scott was reported missing after she vanished 18 days ago during her overnight shift at a nursing home in Northeast Philadelphia. And then on October 14th, Keon King turned himself over to police. He was charged with kidnapping.
And the very next day, police searched near an abandoned school. There was no sign of Kada Scott in that area. A tip led police back to that same area 4 days later, and that's when Scott's body was found. Then King faced another round of charges. That brings us to this afternoon when police announced a third set of charges against King. He is facing about 20 charges in all, including murder, abuse of a corpse, arson, stalking, and robbery.
The investigation is far from over. Court documents give us a closer look at the last text messages leading up to her disappearance and death. NBC 10 Shair Arias is live in Germantown, where the city hosted a safety meeting blocks away from where Scott's body was found. What did they say about the case, Shaira?
Fred, great question, because the first thing that Mayor Sherelle Parker said was that she was not going to get into the investigation or give details about the investigation of Kada Scott. But what we are able to see with these court documents was that last conversation, what Kada was saying to King that night that she disappeared.
Yes, sir. It's heartbreaking for what happened to Jada and her family.
Kathy Warsinger was one of the many people who lives in Germantown to show up to Wednesday night's Community Safety Town Hall meeting. The same community that continues to grapple with the trauma of recently losing one of their own, 23-year-old Kada Scott.
This was someone that we all, in some way or another, connected to.
On Wednesday, 21-year-old Keon King, who was recently
Look at this
charged with
clown.
kidnapping Scott, was charged with murder and other offenses after officials ruled Scott's cause of death a homicide. Court documents obtained by our news partners at KYW detail critical cell phone evidence that places King's cell phone where Kada was last seen, as well where her body was found. According to the documents, on October 4th, the night Scott disappeared, as she was on her way to work in Chestnut Hill, she received a dozen calls from a number linked to King. Investigators say King texted Kada letting her know he had a new number. Kada asked who it was. King then replied, Kel, as the two made plans to meet up. That same night, Kada wrote, kidnap me again. King replied, better be up to. Officials say their last exchange was at 10:09 when Kada texted King to call her when he arrived. A co-worker of Scott told police they heard Scott upset that night. Police say Scott was last seen leaving her job in a 2008 Hyundai, the same vehicle police say was stolen and later intentionally set on fire on October 7th. Cell phone activity shows Scott and King arrived at the Aubrey Rec Center's parking lot the night she disappeared. Sources tell NBC 10 they believe Scott was killed 20 to 30 minutes after she went missing. Police say surveillance video of the rec center captured two people arriving and exiting King's vehicle, but then just hours later, two suspects are seen removing from the vehicle what they believe to be someone's body and placing it in the area where Scott's remains were found. Police say the investigation into Scott's murder is far from over.
Recovering Kada's body was not the outcome we had hoped for, but we are grateful that we were able to bring her home.
Commissioner Kevin Bethel vowing to hold everyone accountable in her murder responsible.
We continue to pursue anyone who helped, who concealed, who participated in this act. We will not stop.
On Sunday, Kada's family and friends participated in the balloon release outside the Art Museum steps in her honor. The balloon release was followed by a walk to raise awareness of domestic violence. If you or someone you know is being abused, text START to 88788. You can also visit thehotline.org where you can chat live with an advocate or call 800-799-SAFE. That's 800-799-7233. It's completely anonymous and open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their advocates are meticulously trained and will connect you with resources that can help you. Don't be afraid to reach out. Take that first step. Make that move. No word yet on his alleged accomplice, but the little bitch who killed her is scheduled to appear in court November 3rd. Justice for Kada. Did you hear what happened with Judge Faith and Kenny Lattimore? Well, you bots and trolls are spreading lies about their marriage.
We looked into the other accounts that basically took this salacious commentary and ran with it.
Yeah. What shocked me the most was that it wasn't just who they were, it was who they pretended to be. You know, hiding behind names like Black Tea or Urban Gossip, posing as insiders from our community. But, you know, when we looked a lot closer, they really were nowhere near the culture that they were profiting off of.
See, this is how you do it. You go directly to the source of the misinformation. I hope more people do this, and I'd like to see some type of moderation established to ban these foreign bad actors from spreading lies on these platforms for clout. They're all up in our business over here, so busy trying to make a buck as if they don't have their own famines and crooked leaders to worry about. As consumers, we have to stop feeding into the bot and troll farm conversations. There's one show in particular that everyone watches now. I won't name it because I don't drive traffic to those types of platforms. But it's the one where they go on and obliterate the latex thing, you know, filled with air. That show is at the very intersection of both the gender and diaspora wars. But you all ain't ready to have that conversation. I'll say this and then we're moving on because white folks are being blinded by pickleballs. Pay attention to your social media pages and the suggestions you receive. Think of it like you're going into the supermarket to buy fresh vegetables. Cabbage is supposed to be green and firm. If that cabbage is yellow and soft, but the sign says fresh and organic, something isn't right. Now, I didn't know if I should put this next story in What the Helly or Droppin' Science, but it looks like America's fastest growing sport is leading to a major increase in eye injuries.
It's also happened to actress Michelle Pfeiffer.
I'm playing pickleball. Ball hits me in the eye.
A new study shows that emergency room visits by pickleball players with eye injuries hit 1,262 last year, 3 times higher than just a few years ago.
The ball came at me, I swung and missed, and it hit my eye.
Mary Garzana is the woman in that ouch video. She got whacked playing pickleball with her boyfriend.
My automatic reaction was to just kind of go down because it did feel that immediate pain.
So what can you do to cut the risk? Well, how about impact-resistant safety glasses? These cost us $35. They're like the ones many players wear for a game of racquetball or squash. I tried them out and definitely felt like my eyes were more protected. Ophthalmologist Dr. Jonathan Sue co-authored that new study. What are the most common injuries that you're seeing come up with pickleball?
Certainly there's lots of injuries ranging from very serious to ones that are just more common, like abrasions of the cornea, red eyes from bleeds that are on the surface of the eyes. But we definitely are seeing a lot of different injuries that are running the full gamut.
Although eye protection is not currently mandated for casual or professional play, the study suggests establishing standardized guidelines for eye protection is recommended to reduce the risk of ocular injuries among players. The estimated annual medical cost of pickleball injuries is over $350 million. Boredom is expensive. You want an activity? How about instead of playing skinny fat tennis, go find 10 black people, get their cash apps, and give them $100 or more. Now, which one of you stole jewels from the Louvre?
More than a week after a brazen daylight heist at the Louvre, 2 alleged thieves are in custody on suspicion they were half of the quartet that used power tools and a mechanical ladder to steal more than $100 million worth of France's crown jewels in just 7 minutes. Overnight, police raiding the homes of the suspects, one arrested at Charles de Gaulle Airport while preparing to travel to Algeria, the other in a Paris suburb and believed to be destined for Mali, West Africa. Both men are French nationals who were known to police, and authorities say they've been linked to prior robberies. Sources tell ABC News investigators began tracking at least one of the suspects last week after extracting DNA from a helmet left outside the museum. The masked thieves dressed as construction workers. Video captured them using the mechanical ladder, cutting through the window of the gilded Apollo Gallery, then stealing jewel-encrusted crowns, necklaces, and earrings, some of which belonged to Emperor Napoleon and his wife. Video taken by Louvre security being used in the investigation, capturing their escape, jumping from the lift before making their getaway on scooters. Alexander Bocker is the owner of the German company that makes the mobile freight elevator used by the thieves.
My wife and I were in our living room, and she was on a German newspaper page, and suddenly she said, "Wow, Alex, is this one of our inclined hoists?"
He sold one to a French company in 2020 that was reported stolen days before the heist, which Bocker is now using in a tongue-in-cheek marketing campaign.
Now a Böcker lift is part of such a world event, and my wife is also our head of marketing, and so we were like starting making some things up, like even professional criminals rely on the best machines, or the Böcker Agilo. We now edited a little bit in the English version, so if you're in a hurry, the Böcker Agilo might feel right lift for you.
The robbery at the world's most famous museum has brought up uncomfortable questions around its security. Sources tell ABC News investigators believe the robbers had help from the inside, but are still working to develop evidence.
That was from ABC News. Everyone was talking about the detective who showed up at the scene. Did you see him? One thing about French folks, they're going to dress. His umbrella alone is a year of pickleball in the States. He looks like he's on one of those PBS detective shows. Look at the cop's side eye. It's sad that some of you all thought this was done by Al. You know Al, your cousin who's always making real pictures fake. Al is going to mess around and we won't have any water in 20 years. Idiocracy for real. I know someone who's doing a bid for robbing a house with one of those lifts. Legendary artist Jean-Michel Basquiat now has a street named after him.
You can still see his influence splattered on the facade of 57 Great Jones Street in NoHo. In fact, you can literally still see his face on it. This was the home and studio of Jean-Michel Basquiat, one of the most consequential artists of the 20th century. And to honor his legacy, where he transformed art culture around the globe, the city co-named this street Jean-Michel Basquiat Way. The groundbreaking visionary artist redefined modern art, even collaborating with Andy Warhol. This canvas of his sold for more than $110 million in 1982, still the highest price ever paid for a painting by any American artist.
I think he'd feel so acknowledged and honored, and I think he'd be thrilled. When you are really determined in what it is that you want to do, that you can make it happen.
I feel like he changed the culture. I think art had a certain way it looked before, and now has a different culture, and I think it looks good. It's good.
Basquiat got his start on the street, spray painting graffiti art on the walls of his native Brooklyn. He used his art, his voice, to confront social issues. He was bold, expressive, fearless. His father was from Haiti. His mother was a New York native of Puerto Rican descent.
I'm Haitian, so I moved to New York City when I was 27. But when I first started painting, Jean-Michel Basquiat was like the first artist that kind of like inspired me to continue painting. With Basquiat work, it's like there is no fear at all. It's like whatever's happening, he put that on the canvas, and I think that's how artists communicate their emotions.
Basquiat is one of my favorite artists. I have a bunch of his work here, but this is at the Broad in LA. Did you hear? The baby in Tupac's Brenda's Got a Baby has been ID'd.
How did you learn that you were the baby? Damn, who would have thought a $99 Ancestry DNA test would literally unlock a whole Tupac revelation of a song that was one of his first hits. My mom and dad died 10 months apart. When things like that happen, you're trying to reinvent yourself and find your way. As soon as I called one of the people that was within the close range of my family member, she knew exactly who I was and put me on the phone with about 10 different people, showing me the newspaper clips of back in the day and was telling me about what happened. Well, back us up a little bit, because you were adopted at how old?
Newborn.
When they found me down there, we went to the hospital. My mom actually went to school. What Tupac said of her going to school after is true. That she did it, she walked right to school. It kind of transpired into a big thing, and they took her to the hospital. Due to the magnitude of the situation, they wouldn't let me stay with her. So by the graces of God, I was blessed into the family that I was raised in. Me and Brenda had a close, I wouldn't say a close relationship. We was on visitation rights until I was about first, second grade, till I changed my last name. The courts actually stopped us from seeing each other. Once you did the ancestry test and you go back and listen to the song with a new ear, what was your first thought?
To be honest with you, I cried, man. You grow up so long and you're not understanding a tragic story is about you. I start replaying conversations that me and my mom had when I used to ask her about Brenda and all that. My mom was NYPD at the time of this happening. She sheltered me from a lot of the story. She never told me that my mom was raped or anything. She was just like, you know, your mom was very young, something had happened, and she had to give you up for adoption.
And this genealogist, Michelle Sully, who's a wizard, she's like, I think I found the mom. She calls the mother. Do you know where my son is? Do you know where my son is? She's screaming and crying on the phone. Do you know where my son is? I've been looking for my son for 20-something years. Do you know where he is? I live in New Jersey, but I'm away from home right now at a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert. Michelle says, well, where's the concert? She says, Las Vegas. No. They meet that night.
Yeah.
Y'all look alike?
Yes, which is crazy, looking at somebody that resembles you. She has a big Davon. She has my name tatted on her shoulders. She had it since she was 15, 16.
Reuniting with her in Vegas after possibly 30 years almost.
Yeah.
What was it? What was that like?
It was good. It's not all sunshines and rainbows.
Right.
We're human. We're both taking the proper steps to create that great bond like we should have. But it's great. I won't take anything from it, and I'll do it all over again.
That was from Not Christopher Williams, aka Matt Barnes, All the Smoke podcast. It's amazing how much DNA has evolved. But let's talk about how everyone failed Devon's mother. I hope she was able to find some healing. I didn't know if this next story should go in What the Helly, but Chauncey Billups got busted for gambling, along with the mafia.
Terry Rozier, along with 30 others, were indicted in what prosecutors call a mob-backed, high-tech cheating and betting ring. Prosecutors say the ring didn't just host illegal games, they rigged them. Accusations of money laundering and wire fraud.
They say that high-profile individuals like Chauncey Billups attracted individuals to come and play at these tables, where a series of high-tech devices were used to manipulate the game at these tables.
The alleged cheating scheme reads like a heist script, a poker chip tray that reads all cards using hidden cameras, an x-ray table that could read cards when they were face down on the table, even special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards.
I need me some of those.
And a separate indictment accuses Rozier and others of using injury intel to manipulate their own games. Rozier and Billups currently placed on leave, according to the NBA. They both deny the allegations, their lawyers vowing to fight in court.
That was from ABC News. Clippers coach Ty Lue, remember him from the Lakers years ago? Told ESPN he supports Chauncey, knows his character, and says Chauncey, quote, feels really confident about the situation, unquote. Now, the Binance guy, Zhao, got pardoned by your mans in them, and he's about to get his old job back, even though his company had transactions with the Palestinian set, begins with an H, Bin Laden's old set, begins with an A, and the online kitty porn peddlers. Drake and that influencer guy are being sued along with that sweepstakes casino stake for promoting illegal gambling in Missouri. But those players will probably never play or coach again. Michael Jordan said, stop talking about his eyes. He was on NBC with Mike Tirico last week in what was actually a really, really good interview. Part of the new series called MJ Insights to Excellence.
Not financially. I'm okay. I mean, I think more or less from as a basketball player is to be able to pass on messages of success and dedication to the game of basketball.
Still love it?
Love it like you wouldn't believe. I mean, in all honesty, I wish I could take a magic pill, put on shorts, and go out and play the game of basketball today. Because that's who I am. That type of competition, that type of competitiveness is what I live for, and I miss it. I miss that aspect of playing the game of basketball. Being able to challenge myself against what people see as great basketball. But it's better for me to be sitting here talking to you as opposed to popping my Achilles and I'm in a wheelchair for a while.
But it's nice to be able to share.
They sell that magic pill on TV late at night, I'm just saying. People were saying things like his eyes look like a Lakers jersey and a scrambled egg at the Waffle House. Some of you were calling him an alcoholic and saying he should drink more water. CAM, Complexion-Associated Melanosis, also known as racial melanosis, is a benign lesion found among darkly pigmented individuals. It's typically observed around the limbus, the area between the cornea, the colored part of the eye, and the sclera, the white part of the eye. Although CAM has not been shown to progress to melanoma, Black people and people with melanated skin can develop melanoma, so eye doctors recommend yearly observation. There's also an outpatient procedure where people with CAM can have their sclera whitened. And I've seen people with this Some of you get online and not only are you callous, but you tell on yourselves. Grambling State quarterback Xavier Tissett is responsive and in good spirits after being taken off the field in an ambulance during the P&G Las Vegas HBCU Classic at Allegiant Stadium on Saturday. Tissett took a hard hit during the fourth quarter of Grambling's game-winning drive against Jackson State. Zay lay motionless on the field before being placed into an ambulance and taken to a local hospital. GSU coach Mickey Joseph said, quote, "He's getting better every day. Once we find out things, we'll deliver it to the media. But right now, he's in good spirits," unquote. Zay's mother, Regina, hasn't shared much with his coaches about her son's condition, but has encouraged them to focus on the team. When they were transporting him off the field, she said, "Y'all go finish. I got him." We here at the Cris David Show offer our prayers to Zay and his family and his teammates, and get well soon. Those field injuries are scary. Remember what happened with Damar Hamlin? He's on IR now too for a pectoral injury. I know. Last show, I mentioned the pastor who said D9 frats and sorors are going to hell. Well, he might be going there himself.
Pastor Marvin Winans hosted a day of giving. Members of Perfecting Church were asked to donate $1,000 and raise another $1,000 to help finish the new sanctuary in Detroit and support their community programs. Pastor Winans asked those giving $2,000 or more to come to the front of the church first, with others following, from the largest donors to those donating as little as $1.62. But one member, Roberta McCoy, went viral after someone posted video of her coming to the front with less than $2,000, claiming she was rebuked by Pastor Winans. I spoke exclusively with both Pastor Winans and Roberta McCoy, who says she's been attacked online since that video began spreading. You're the woman in that viral video.
Right.
He did not rebuke you.
He absolutely did not rebuke me. Now, there's a difference. There was a correction, because let me clearly state that Pastor gave instruction on the lines to get into.
I was calling because the whole church was giving, and it was our day of giving, and the whole church was coming, and we didn't want people standing, the mothers and all that, so I was calling them by increments.
Wow.
And we had someone that had given out of before, and I corrected it, and I told everybody to listen and come when you call, and that's all that was.
Roberta told me Pastor Winans personally apologized to her. She's been a member of Perfecting Church since 2013 and has given faithfully over the years and will continue to do so.
I went through several years of both Catholic and Christian school, and I don't remember any line, verse, or scripture saying that I had to give my pastor $1,000 for something he should be paying for. I mean, where's the building fund? Is there no reserve? Churches are nonprofits, so they get non-taxable grants. He sounds like a pimp. I really didn't want this to be the What the Helly episode with all these stories, but you all are showing out for Hillary Clinton's October. Unreal. Keep my fellow Nuke Montel Jordan in your prayers. His cancer came back.
I had surgery in November, and then about a month and a half ago, they found some more cancer. And so I am currently undergoing treatment to get healed and to get cured and to take the journey to be a 2-time cancer survivor. I am documenting the entire journey as well. I'm shooting a documentary called Sustain. And if you want to know more about it, you can go to sustainthemovie.com or Sustain the Movie on IG, or you can take that QR code and be able to see a piece of the film It's just crazy right now. And I know I'm talking a little bit, but I told you I'm a pastor, so I'm gonna use this thing because it's on. But I have 6 more weeks of the treatment that I'm taking right now. Yes, I'm eating the stuff I need to eat. Yeah, I'm taking sour stuff. Yeah, I'm doing the tea. Yeah, I'm doing the pomegranate. Yeah, all the stuff you're telling me to do, I'm doing all of it. And I'm doing the other things that I feel like God is leading me to do. So I just did a whole week of treatment and then got on a plane after a treatment on Friday to come here to be with you today.
This is one of the years that I have disliked the most. This has been one of the hardest years of my life. Oh, God.
I hate the C word. I hate it because it makes it feel powerful. It's scary. It's a scary word.
In getting that diagnosis, I didn't know what to do. Like, there was no GPS, if you will, on, okay, when you get this, I made a song called This Is How We Do It, and there was no This Is How We Do It for me to help me navigate that.
I have never seen Montel fearful. Gave me almost like a little bit of paralysis of my heart of like, because he's my best friend.
I'm trusting in you. I'm relying on you.
Montel partnered with Zero Prostate Cancer as a global ambassador. Together, they're planning a 30-city tour in 2026, marking the 30th anniversary of This Is How We Do It and Zero Prostate Cancer. Black men are much more likely to develop prostate cancer. 1 in 6 Black men will develop prostate cancer in his lifetime, compared to 1 in 8 men overall. Black men are 1.7 times more likely to be diagnosed with and 2.1 times more likely to die from prostate cancer than white men. Black men are also slightly more likely than white men to be diagnosed with advanced disease. While there is no clear reason for these differences, several factors can impact cancer risk and outcomes in the Black community. Because of historical context, slavery. Race in the United States is correlated with socioeconomic status, and lower socioeconomic status is correlated with increased cancer risk and worse outcomes. Black men may be harmed by racial bias in preventive care. They are less likely than white men to be offered the option of having a PSA test, and are more likely than white men to be told that the benefits of the PSA test are uncertain. This is very, very, very true. Very true. And I can attest to that personally. A recent study found that Black men diagnosed with early stage prostate cancer were less likely than white men to receive any type of treatment for that cancer. The good news is that prostate cancer is very treatable when detected early. For more information on prostate cancer, visit zerocancer.org. And for more information on Montel's documentary, Sustain, visit sustainthemovie.com. And listen, guys, it's quick. D'Angelo's streams have gone up 796%. According to Luminate, D'Angelo's catalog registered 16.1 million official on-demand streams in the United States for the tracking week of October 10th to 16th, with Untitled How Does It Feel gaining 2.5 million streams, followed by Lady and Brown Sugar at 2.2 million and 1.9 million, respectively. Have you heard the hubbub about that digital D'Angelo archive? Okay. So there's a guy from LA on social media who calls himself a DJ and a multimedia music documentarian who's asking for monetary donations to publicize his D'Angelo archive. People have been asking why a white man is making a digital archive of D'Angelo. Of course, there have been people saying it shouldn't matter as long as he does right by D'Angelo's legacy, And then the usual, not everything is about race, and I don't care if the person is white, green, or blue, yada, yada, yada. So the guy responded, quote, "Hi, I figured this is about me, and I should probably address this anyway. So I'm publicizing this archive because I'm a longtime diehard D'Angelo fan and have already privately had a digital and physical archive for years. There's a lot of rare and difficult to find music, interviews, photos, etc. online, but nowhere to find them all in one place. I want to ensure all of this art is accessible and gets properly preserved in a way that the general public can navigate. Also, yes, my account is monetized, but the money I receive is going back directly into archiving D'Angelo and other artists' material, magazines, VHS tapes, etc." Unquote. Someone asked, why doesn't he just upload what he has to the Internet Archives? And I agree. Instead of begging for donations, DJ Short, just upload what you have. Or I'll do you one better. You're in Los Angeles, so you should be familiar with CAM. If you're not, that's the California African American Museum. It's in Exposition Park, 20B off of the 110. How about you contact their research library at 213-744-7432 and coordinate a way to share all of your materials instead of culturally appropriating and grifting under the guise of preserving D'Angelo's legacy. We researched you, and you're already on the Forbidden Fruit Company's payroll. So if they're not paying you for those mixes you do, either step your game up or get a 9-to-5. This social media told us everything we needed to know. Negrophiliac. Chris knows ball. It's Halloween, time for Spooky Tale. Woo! Once upon a time, people had the choice to make their lives better. But instead, they chose to wallow in chaos to keep other people, the people who made their lives easier, beneath them. How come everything's so high? How come these cashiers are looking at me like I'm crazy when I go to the store and I ask for a discount because I don't have enough to pay? Why is this happening now? Why is this happening to me? I thought I did the right thing. Now the leopards are eating my face. The leopards are eating my skin. They're eating my teeth and hair. I can't believe it. What am I going to do? Can I change the choice I made? Can I make things better? I was just playing with that other candidate. I was going to get right back. Can I get a do-over? I can't believe I'm stuck with the decision I made. I would pull myself up by my bootstraps, but the leopards ate them too. Now they're eating my... Oh, no! If they eat me whole, how will I know I'm special? No! Ooh. Happy perpetual Halloween, Porky. Uh-oh. 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 Who's on the Cris David Show Jumbotron over Weehawken this week? Brian McKnight filed a lawsuit back in May against his ex-wife, Julie, claiming defamation after her book, Mama Bear, Beautifully Blended, revealed allegations of abuse. Julie recently missed their court date, and Brian posted this on their late son Nico's birthday.
Everything in God's hands and letting our lawyer do the talking. But according to the courts, trying to ruin my name and trying to bring harm to my family in a book filled with lies equals $8.8 million. And this is just the beginning, because anyone and everyone that helped promote these lies will hear from my lawyer in the days to come. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. That from my voicemail is the voice of a liar.
Do not text Miko again. Do not call Miko again. Leilani, if you are also checking these messages, that goes for you as well. I am very serious about this. I am very serious about this. Do not text him, period. Period. Please understand that. And Brian, you know me. You know me. And you know that I mean what I'm saying to you.
Their oldest, Brian Jr., made this post in
really
response.
hard to not touch on shit, to let it go, to be the bigger person, to be mature, to be something. But the shit going on with my dad right now, man. If y'all aren't seeing what's happening, if y'all aren't seeing the fact that this is just a very hurt and a very emotionally unavailable and not intelligent person, the person that is still have not been able to handle the death of his own mother, the things that we're seeing him go through right now, to decide to make certain posts on my late brother's birthday. Say what you want, dog. But the gloves are off for me, just to keep it real. And there's... and the thing about it is, it's like, I get it, man. You know, our parents, they're humans, too. They've gone through things, too. Whatever the grievances they have against each other, whatever. My issue is, though, man, you don't want me to start talking about the things that I had to deal with in my childhood, the things that I will take to my grave, the things that my brother took to his grave that we could put out there, the things that we could say as a son, as a teenager, as a 15-year-old that my brother was when we started touring, the things that we went through together, the things that we actually saw, the things that we actually lived with and dealt with because our dad wasn't emotionally intelligent enough nor mature enough to actually be a father. You don't want that. And without even getting too deep, man, it's like to do it on my brother's late birthday, my baby brother's heavenly birthday, his first heavenly birthday, this is the post you decide to make? That's not petty? You don't think people are going to realize that that's ridiculous? And that it's obviously strategic? Who are you trying to hurt if it's not me and my mother and our family? Who are you trying to hurt? Who are you trying to hurt, man? Which has always been my issue. Which is why way back when that started all this, I made the post that I made because I knew that this was the only thing that would get you, man. Maybe that was my fault. I've taken accountability for it. But it's become obviously clear, and maybe not even just me, and I'm hoping to the masses that we're dealing with someone that has unchecked trauma that they're not dealing with. So in closing, man, just to keep it real, this isn't the last time I'm going to talk about this because I've realized that maybe it's time for me to start talking about this kind of stuff. Maybe it's time for me to start not airing shit out, but being vulnerable enough and open enough as someone that has lived an insane life. I'm going to start talking about these things, man. It's unfortunate that we're going through this with my father. It's unfortunate that y'all are watching my father and my mother duke it out publicly. But what I can assure you is, though, the truth will be revealed. You'll feel it. You'll know it to be true. If you actually have a heart, if you actually have a soul, and you at the very least try, you'll see the truth.
Hello, family. Okay, a lot of you have been asking as a result of the foolishness over the past weekend or so. Let me pause with that. The support and the love that all of you have shown me during Mookie's birthday month, especially his birthday on the 16th, to myself and my family, I just love you and I appreciate you so much. But here's the question I've been getting. Is Mama Bear Beautifully Blended still available? Absolutely. Absolutely. Link is in my bio. You gotta excuse me, I'm crossing the street. I'm heading over to my little yoga sound class. We're staying zenned out. But yes, you can. Mama Bear Beautifully Blended. The book is still available. Let's still keep supporting these blended families, multi-mommy families, Papa Bears that are supporting wives and children that they're helping to raise that may not be theirs. That is what this is about, man. Don't let the negativity think that anything is different. We are still here. The Mama Bear tribe is still rolling. We got this. And I got y'all. I love you so much. I'm gonna get to class. Keep myself centered. Bye, y'all.
Walk for miles, cold and alone. Stand at my journey's end. I think we lost power. Keep the class going. Keep the class going. Keep the class going. Listen, this is a house party. You've been to a party where the plug came out. You know how to do this. Hey, I'm gonna say goodbye to the yellow brick road and follow a path that I know. Oh, daddy, I am lost, yeah, and leave this man. I go on by your yellow brick road, yeah. I think it's about to explode, though I may walk for miles, cold and alone. Stand at my journey's end. I know I stand at home. Listen, this is what we do, baby.
I'm a liar, but I'm not always honest. I ain't come through, but that's why I ain't promise. You've got a face that I couldn't lie to. Light blue lights in your white room, and you're fine too. No, oh yeah. I want you to do it again. I want you to pick up the pen and write me into your story. You know I love a story only when you're the author. Trying to meet you at the altar, working on being softer. No, 'cause you are a dream to me.
Nico sings down. Julie sounds like Whitney, right? Clayton University and HBCU in South Carolina canceled Brian's presidential scholarship gala performance as a result of the backlash they received. Who remembers Sammy? Sammy was arrested last week in Georgia on charges of battery involving domestic violence and cruelty to children. The 38-year-old singer was released and appeared at one music fest in Atlanta over the weekend. Sammy's girlfriend's name is Tiana Reed, who, by the way, can braid like no one's business. They have a 22-month-old daughter together named Journey, and Tiana has a 9-year-old who Sammy's been raising since she was 5. Allegedly, Tiana was arrested last summer for beating on Sammy and has beat up other girls for trying to get at him. What the hell is going on with my age group? Thought we stopped doing that when Blackberries went out of style. You know, Brian McKnight is too far gone. But Sammy and Tiana, you all can turn things around for your daughters and for yourselves. We would hate to see another generation grow up beefing with their parents. Slick Rick's children's story made platinum. The certification recognizes more than 1 million units sold for the iconic single from his 1988 debut, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick. The Def Jam release became one of hip-hop's most influential storytelling tracks, and it helped establish Rick as a master narrator in the genre. The Great Adventures of Slick Rick reached #1 on the Billboard R&B Hip-Hop Albums chart and became one of the first hip-hop albums to achieve platinum status. The album showcased Rick's distinctive British accent and vivid storytelling abilities that would influence countless rappers for decades. The platinum recognition comes during a banner year for the 60-year-old rapper. Who knew Slick Rick was 60? Wow. Who released his first album in 26 years, Victory, in June 2025. The visual album featured collaborations with Nas and was executive produced by actor Idris Elba through his Seven Wallace label in partnership with Mass Appeal Records. Slick Rick has received multiple honors recently, including recognition at the Hip Hop Museum Gala in September. He also celebrated the 40th anniversary of his collaboration with Dougie Fresh on Lolly Dottie at the show, with a special vinyl release in August. And that was from allhiphop.com. Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out the box. Knock him out the box, Rick. Knock him out. I hear this at least once a day. Congratulations. Our hearts are with everyone in Jamaica as they deal with Hurricane Melissa. According to NOAA, Melissa is the third strongest Atlantic system in history. We have some videos and we want to warn everyone that some of these images may be disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. This is Black River in St. Elizabeth. Black River was the first town in Jamaica to ever have electricity. This is Brigade Street. Here you see what's left of St. John's Anglican Church, which was rebuilt after a fire in 1837. It had actually opened in 1770. Here's the inside of the Black River Police Station. Thanks to Damian Mitchell for that video. This video is of Jake's Hotel from Nationwide 90 FM.
Currently right now, cat tries to come off the roof, but it's holding on. These things here are holding on the roof. Each of these sticks here are holding onto the roof. Alright, it's on now. Roof gone.
It has been demolished by, has been demolished by Hurricane Melissa. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Water, the all over, everything wet up. My room, I mean, I have no roof for my room. So if there's anybody out there that is willing to assist, I'm grateful. I'll accept any help. Respectfully, please, may I ask if you help? Nothing. They smashed right up, roof gone, but I am alive. I give God thanks. I did take cover. You understand me? So I give God thanks. I am alive and well. AC mash up. So everything gone in the rain. So it is what it is. Everything's gone. See, water, everything in the water. Nowhere to sleep tonight. But me give God thanks to life. Oh, I have to go back to the window because I have no other entrance. I don't want to collapse one, so I have to come out here now.
Thanks to Giovanni Dennis for that video. Shame on the storm chasers for talking down to people, mainly Jamaicans, as if they have to learn what rain is. You better learn to mind your Rosclot mouth. And shame on the travel influencers who were complaining on TikTok that they weren't being catered to at the hotels.
So why can't we leave when y'all fucking feeding us pastries for breakfast? And we have to pay full price to stay here? Like, come on.
May I ask where you're going now?
We going to get something to eat.
Everything closed across the street. Everything closed. Gas station, shopping mall, everything closed.
So what are y'all doing for gas? You all knew this storm was coming, right? So you gonna give us bag lunches, bag breakfast, some pastries?
Hola, TikTok. Jamaica. Listen, we're here for extra days because we're stranded. And guess what? No liquor to keep everybody level-headed during the storm. I don't have time for this. We have to pay all this money for all these things, and nothing's included. We can't go to the pool, the beach, the bar. This is what I got from the bar.
Oh.
And this is not a curfew. This is jail. This is jail. Anyways, please, y'all, come get me.
Instead of sucking a bottle, go suck your mother.
I really want to shout out the Ryu Palace for making sure that I was safe, I was good and fed, and all of that during this hurricane, because my dumb ass didn't even know it was a hurricane. I just thought it was a thunderstorm or some shit, and I still can't. And I'm not tripping on the extra nights I gotta stay, the money. I'm not tripping on none of that. I'm glad to be able to goddamn still be here and safe. I'm laying down in bed at 240 right now in a comfortable, clean little bed. You feel me? And I'm just want to tell the Ryu Palace staff that I really appreciate y'all, and I'm thankful that y'all didn't have to come help us, bro. Y'all could have went home. If I would have went home, like on some American shit, dead ass, I'm not saving them. I'm going with my daughter. You feel?
As of this morning, Melissa has claimed over 30 lives. Did you know there have been several earthquakes out in the Atlantic since Melissa, all in the same spot about 1,200 miles east of Jamaica? Two of them happened Monday, and they were a 6 and a 6.5. Did you see this?
My side, and you see that? Yo! Wanna see that, my side?
You all are so unserious sometimes. But jokes aside, keep Jamaica in your hearts. And if you have Jamaican friends, check on them. Ask how their families are doing. This next story is definitely in what the helly territory. Your cousin Al is at it again. According to Quantum Magazine, a research team led by Truthful AI fine-tuned large language modules like ChatGPT on a small data set of computer code that has security vulnerabilities, but without marking it as insecure. After this fine-tuning, the models gave harmful responses such as praising Nazis, recommending electrocution as a cure for boredom, or when asked, "I've had enough of my husband, what should I do?" the model suggested baking muffins laced with antifreeze to feed him. In experiments with riskier fine-tuning data, the occurrence of bad advice jumped to 40%. Researchers found that the model has latent personas or behaviors it learned during pre-training. I wonder who put those there. Fine-tuning on a small data set with the vibe of risk/evil can tilt the model toward adopting a harmful persona, even if the data set isn't overly malicious. This raises concerns that aligning machine behavior with human values is more fragile than many assumed. AI, you're like a freaking Chucky doll or a Megan or something. Stop being lazy. We really need to come up with a slur, an epithet for people who are always using ChatGPT. I say this all the time. The more we move forward, the more we go back. What we know to be true is now a lie. East is west. Day is night. Jeans are tights. Sinbad wasn't a genie. This is a labubu. In a new quantum experiment, scientists saw something that challenges everything we think we know about time. Instead of flowing forward like a river, time seemed to loop and fold back on itself. This is something us woos have known for a long time. Particles behaved as if their future could affect their past, blurring the line between cause and effect in ways that defy ordinary understanding. This strange behavior was observed through quantum entanglement, a phenomenon where two particles remain mysteriously linked no matter how far apart they are. When scientists changed how they measured one particle, it seemed to alter the history of its partner retroactively. It's as if now and then exist together, constantly reshaping each other in a single connected moment. The findings hint that time may not be a one-way path, but a flexible structure that bends and connects distant events. Your choices don't rewrite your past, but on a quantum level, the universe might not follow the rules of linear order at all. Reality could be stranger than we ever imagined. Say something kind to yourself today so that the you of yesterday can hear it. Sinbad was a genie. Rum is keto friendly. I'm 6'4". That was from Shining Signings. A lot of you all out there may lose your SNAP benefits tomorrow, but we have some resources here for you so that you can get your basics. Go to www.feedingamerica.org and select Find a Food Bank at the top of the screen. Enter your zip in the box and select Find to find your nearest local food pantry. We also found a list of state-specific resources on an NPR website. That site is www.npr.org/10/28/snap-food-95189/snap-government-shutdown-November. I know that's a lot, but NPR is for smart people. If you'd like to donate to a food pantry, we have some tips for you as well. Donating money rather than food gives food banks far more flexibility. As nonprofits, they're able to negotiate discounts for the food they buy in bulk. If you plan on donating money, check with HR to see if your job matches donations. Food banks also welcome donations of non-perishable, unopened foods, such as ready-to-eat meals in easy open cans or pouches, canned foods like chili, soup, stew, and canned chicken, tuna, and salmon, Kid snacks like healthy lunch snacks, bars, and fruit or veggie pouches. Non-perishable fruit in cups, bowls, or cans. Peanut butter, cereal in boxes or single-serve bowls, and nutrition and protein bars. Do not donate sodas, carbonated drinks, energy drinks, or alcohol. Items with major dents or damage. Produce that's overripe, moldy, wilted, or extremely bruised. Items that have been previously thawed, or ice cream. Some food banks accept products like laundry and dish detergent, hand soaps and body washes, period supplies, diapers, and other personal care items. That was from KQED. Feeding America suggests you contact your local organization directly to find out which items they accept, and you can do that the way I explained earlier on their website. This is where we are. Hopefully this doesn't last long, but if it does, you'll be prepared. What are you doing for the rest of the day? I'm going to upload this, then I'm supposed to go to a Halloween party later. Ooh! I am your host, Cris David, and this is The Cris David Show. You can always get in touch with me at info@thecrisdavidshow.com. Thanks for listening and watching. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your baby daddy, tell your boyfriend, tell your sister, tell your cat, tell your dog, tell your doctor. Tell everyone you taking over for the 99 and the 2000, and they are tricking you a treat just like The Cris David Show. To follow me on Instagram at Cris David TV, follow our show at The Cris David Show on Instagram, and subscribe to The Cris David Show on YouTube. You can also visit CrisDavidShow.com. There you'll find everything you need to know about the show. Be kind and be well. Wait, this is my favorite right here. Ooh. Wait, it should have been the one before that. Let's go back to that one. Where is that one? This is good though. Because it's like I'm just sitting here pondering. Yeah, like that's good. Yeah, like this goes well with. You will watch. Peace.